안녕하세요. 아나운서 김희정입니다. 디지털 금융의 패권을 둘러싼 경랑의 시대, 달러와 크립토를 잇는 새로운 바람이 불고 있습니다. 미래 화폐를 움직일 새 이름이 있죠. 세계 최대 스테이블코인의 발행사인 테더가 그 주인공인데요. 오늘 그 테더의 CEO 파올로아르도이노 씨와 함께 글로벌 금융의 다가올 미래와 전략 함께 세워보도록 하겠습니다. Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
So could you start by introducing yourself and introduce about your company, Tether?
My name is paoloardoino. I'm the CEO at Tether. Tether is the company that in 2014 created the first stablecoin. And from there, the entire industry of stablecoins. A stablecoin is simply a digital dollar, like our digital currency, that uses blockchain technology to move, to be sent around. And so far, from 2014 to today, the market cap of our stablecoin, our digital dollar called USDT, has reached $174 billion. So is the most used digital dollar in the world. We have almost 500 million users across emerging markets, developing countries, and also very important countries like Korea that are using our product daily.
Yes, like what you said, after 2013, for 11 years, Tether has a really big wave and has a really big movements for all global people. So Tether is the #1 stable coin in the world. Stable coins are moving beyond crypto trading into payments and remittance. So what is Tether's plan right now, and what is the Tether's vision?
So Tether's plan right now is to continue to focus on the adoption of USDT, starting from having boots on the ground in many of the emerging markets. We are very much present in Southeast Asia, Africa, Central and South America. We work with all these countries that are subject, and all the populations, all the communities live in these countries that have very high inflation and very weak national currencies, if you will. Think about Argentina, where in Argentina people have there the Argentinian peso that lost 98% of its value against the US dollar in the last 10 years. And the inflation, 2 years ago, the inflation in Argentina was 200% per year. And similar in Turkey, for example, is another country where we are very active in. The inflation rate there is 50% year over year, and the national currency, the Turkish lira, devaluated 80% against the US dollar in the last 5 years. So Tether aim and vision is to bring a stable form of currency, i.e. the US dollar, to all the people that are called underbanked or unbanked. So all the people left behind by the financial system are using USDT daily to save their wealth, to help their families to save money in a currency that is stronger than the currency that they have in their country. And we are very proud of it, because 500 million people, so 500 million people are already using our product. And in total in the world, there are 3 billion people that are left behind by the financial system because simply they are poor. And so that is our primary focus. But then we're seeing how in this moment also USDT is used widely from richer countries like United States or Europe or Korea, for international trade, for remittances, for commodity trading, for cross-border payments. And so that is another avenue of growth for my company, Tether. And that is, again, another parallel focus of us.
It is really amazing that Tether's vision is focusing on the sharing the welfare of the global financial system, and also you are interested in the Asian markets and also expansion to the South Africa and all of the global world. That is really amazing, and I want to ask you about your interest and Tether's interest in Korea markets. So in Korea, there's a lot of talk about won-based stablecoins. So what's Tether's view about these markets? Do you plan to launch one in Korea markets? And if so, how do you see working with Korea's regulation and other so many different partners?
So first of all, we think that Korea is a great market, is one of the biggest tech markets in the world, and also he's one of the biggest tech producers in the world. And so stablecoins for Korea are a very important tool for cross-border payments and for commodity trading. We see huge opportunities that are starting from Korea or coming into Korea in terms of payment channels, payment corridors, and trading corridors that can be settled in stablecoins, in USDT, and they can continue to grow and becoming much more efficient if settled in USDT. When it comes to the local currency, one stablecoin, we are definitely interested, but we are still in an exploratory phase. What Tether does is always making sure that before doing anything, we work with local regulators, we work with local partners, we understand the opportunity, and then we execute, right? So we want to collaborate with the local ecosystem. We think that whenever a company goes into a new country or goes into the country, is better to partner with local companies rather than trying to do everything by themselves and then from scratch.
Yeah, so Tether is willing to collaborate with Korea markets and Korea partners. So
Absolutely.
I also agree with you that Korea is really popular for big tech producers. So for the payment procedures, stablecoin can get a big advantages for the future. So for this, I want to check first about the global big mega player US first. So Circle and USDC are catching up very fast these days. Some says that US regulators are more friendly to Circle in some ways. So how does Tether plans to keep its own edge, your own status?
So I believe that is completely wrong. Actually, Tether has worked and collaborated with US regulators to write the Genius Act law. People might have seen me in the White House be thanked directly by the president for our work on the Genius Act. So that was a much bigger recognition that our competitors had in that instance. And on top of that, you can see from the market, today USDT has a market cap that is more than $100 billion bigger than our competitor Circle. And that gap is increasing, is not decreasing. So in the end, market will always choose what they think is best. And in this moment, USDT is the one that is growing the fastest.
So you mean that people have some wrong view about the different status between Tether and Circle. So right now, we redefined it. So because you mentioned about the Genius Act, I want to ask you about it first. The Genius Act was passed in the US and the stablecoin related stocks are rising a lot. So from Tether's side of view, what impacts to your company really feel? So about this Genius Act, what helps you and what still limits you?
I'm very grateful for the Genius Act because the Genius Act provides a clear guidance on this amazing technology called stablecoin. I remember that I'm very humbled and honored because my company is the one that created this technology. So after 11 years, seeing the most powerful country in the world, the United States, and the president directly being interested in regulating a technology that we created and also thanking us has been wonderful. And so we are very proud of the Genius Act, and we think that is going to set a global guidance for all the other countries to adopt a similar regulation.
Wow. So I find out that Genius Act does really positively affect your company and your vision. So I heard that these days, Tether plans to launch a US regulation compliant stablecoin. It means USAT, not USDT this year. So how it is different from the USDT? So I want to ask you, for users, what can be more attractive?
So USDT is a stablecoin that is built for all the emerging markets in developing countries, for all the hundreds of millions or billions of people that are living in super high inflation countries. USAT, the domestic stablecoin, is built specifically for the United States. United States have the most efficient market for the US dollar. So it's pointless to try to use the same product for both. So we wanted to design a product that was perfected for the United States, and that is USAT.
Wow, that's really clear and very meaningful definition for between the USDT and the USAT. So these days, stablecoin issuers faces strong demands for transparency and reverse proof. So Tether has had some criticisms on it. So I want to show and I want to tell people about this today and explain to them. So how are you responding to this regain trust?
Well, I think that, if you have success, you always have haters, and there is not much you can do about it. But again, the market is speaking by itself. The trust in our product, USDT, is at its peak. We grow on a weekly basis, now on average $1 billion. So we keep breaking our all-time highs. We reached $174 billion in market cap, while our competition is not growing that much. Actually, he's staying pretty much at the same level in terms of market cap, and our user base is tens of times bigger than our competition. So in the end, again, people choose the product that they trust the most. Keep in mind that we are talking about money, and people are very careful with money, and they put their money, their wealth, in what they believe is more stable and more trusted. And the market is choosing, and the market has chosen USDT and keeps choosing USDT every day.
Thank you very much for your explanation. So when you stand on the top of all other currencies and other blockchain and other stablecoin, there can be noises every day, and there can be a lot of haters, right?
Yes, exactly.
So through and from today's your explanation, we can get more knowledge about the Tether and the stablecoin of the Tether. So we want to compare and contrast with the CBDC. Before we know about the stablecoin, so many countries and so many people know and interested in about the CBDC. Many central banks are working on CBDC still now on. Do you think CBDCs and private stablecoins can coexist, or are they rivals?
So technically, I think that they could coexist. The question is, and the problem that I see with the CBDCs is the fact that the users, the people, are afraid that CBDCs can be used as a tool of control and surveillance. So in certain countries, in fact, CBDCs can be used to do political repression. For example, if you say something that I don't like, then I will block your account or your wallet. That is something that scares people, because people want to have freedom of speech. They want to be able to speak freely. And so they are afraid that CBDCs will limit their ability to speak freely.
In your opinion of view, what currencies would be more preferred by more people in the future?
I think that definitely there will be the currencies that will win in the future are the ones that are linked to the new, basically, technological world. So definitely US dollar is very interesting. I think the yuan has an opportunity. The UAE dirham is becoming very popular, but also I think the Korean won could be very, very important because, again, Korea is a huge tech market and technology is one of the biggest drivers of growth for the next decades. And so if a lot of the products that all the world is using daily are coming from Korea. And so these transactions and these purchases, this trading of these products, tech products, is in part happening in Korean won. So that is why the currency, your local currency, is very important.
Yes, that's true. This is why more Korean people and more Korean lawmakers are interested in the CBDC and stablecoins a lot, especially stablecoins these days. So we want to talk about the Korea stablecoins future more and more, even though we talked about this in the beginning. However, recently, Bo Haynes from Tether visited to Korea, and he said that you and Tether want to work on Korean stablecoin markets. So, have you started any projects in any business with Korean companies and Korean partners? And what further cooperations can we expect in these markets?
So we are still, again, in very early phases of discussion. So we are exploring all the possible partners. We are looking at the regulations. We want to, we are engaging with local regulators. So we want to make sure that before taking any steps, we understand very well the entire environment and landscape, and also we understand very well how to be successful, right? So we want to be a good partner for Korea, and we prefer to take it a bit more slowly rather than rushing to create something that is not aligned with the interest of Korea.
Yeah, I also expect to hear the good news from the partnership between the Tether and Korean markets and Korean companies soon. And these days we have a lot of curiosities about the tokenization. So there's a lot of talk about the tokenization like RWA and bonds and real estate. So is Tether planning to join this kind of area? Also, media reported big investments from SoftBank and ARK Invest. Can you update us on that and how you will use the funds about this to new markets?
Tether is already one of the leaders in real-world assets tokenization. First of all, we have already the biggest real-world asset tokenized, that is the US dollar, with $174 billion of tokenized real-world dollars. And on top of that, we launched a platform called Hadron. Hadron is our tokenization platform that takes all the technology that Tether created in the last 10 years and make it available for our partners to be used to tokenize stocks, bonds, funds, and anything else that people might want to tokenize.
So we talked about tokenization, and I think the stablecoin market will gonna grow and bigger and bigger. So in this situation and this market view, what role will Tether play in the future in these markets, and what is your roadmap? It's maybe similar to the vision. But I want to hear this from you.
So Tether is investing a lot and keep reinvesting a lot of its profits in the expansion of its distribution network. So we are partnering or investing or purchasing chains of kiosks, bodegas in Central South America, in Africa, in Asia. So we are expanding our physical touch points with the people all around the world. That is, I think, one of the core strategies of Tether for the foreseeable future. We believe the importance of being perceived as being among the people and building a business from the ground up, and we will continue to do so also through this capital raise.
Yes. So many people, especially so many Korean people who trade in the stock market is focusing on Tether and Tether's math. Especially from this week, also in Korean stock markets, stock bonds related to the stablecoin is growing and rising. So more people we're gonna ask to you about this. So finally, what message would you like to share with other Korean investors and policymakers?
That first of all, we are very thankful because we have been warmly invited, and we have been finding ourselves among great people that want to understand this technology, they want to embrace it, they want to use it to make Korea even stronger. And that is very refreshing. So we are very excited, we are humbled by the type of support that we have seen so far in the country.
Thank you very much. So how do you feel today?
I feel great. I'm in this moment. I'm in Singapore. There is a big conference on digital assets, and I'm very positive for the future of this industry.
Wow, you are in Singapore right now. So last week, the Korean Blockchain Week was ended. So do you have any plan to come visit to Korea in next time?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I plan to come very soon. I didn't yet finalize the schedule, but it's becoming one of the most crucial visits that I have to do in the next few months.
Wow, it's amazing. In next time, if you come to visit Korea, we want to meet you in person.
Absolutely, with big pleasure.
Thank you very much. So we could have a lot of knowledges of the Tether and the vision and future of the stablecoin. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for having me.
네, 이렇게 오늘 테더의 CEO 파올로아르도이노 씨와 함께 스테이블코인 미래 그리고 테더의 앞으로의 방향성에 대해서 함께 알아볼 수 있었습니다. 그동안 많은 투자자분들이 테더에 대해 궁금해했던 그 질문들까지 하나씩 알아보면서 미래를 함께 예측해 볼 수 있었는데요. 이렇게 글로벌 금융의 다가올 미래와 전략 함께 세워봤고요. 여러분 투자에도 도움이 되었기를 바라겠습니다. 오늘도 여러분 투자에 도움이 되었기를 바라면서 저희는 계속해서 매일경제 아메리카 리포트와 함께 시장에 대해서 함께 전략 세워보도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주신 여러분 모두 고맙습니다.